Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. I am coming to you with a collective energy share for the week of February. Oh my God, where am I coming up with the love? Love month? No. We are in May 2021. It is the week of the 17th. I felt like we needed to tap into the energy as we have some big movements. The Mercury and Venus is already moved into the air sign of Gemini. Communication, learning, journaling could create a busyness in the intellect. So it's a wonderful time to get it out through communication. Bring yourself down out of that intellectual mind a little bit, as the sun will move into the sign of Gemini along with the north node of the moon, Mercury and Venus. Thus far, the sun enters the sign of Gemini on the 20th. So we got forward action going from earthy Taurus into air energy. So we have a buildup coming here with the full moon total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and the south node of the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. So full moons are always a culmination, and eclipses will eclipse things, give us the opportunity to eclipse things out of our life that no longer serve for the highest good. And because this is the nodal axis, that is a collective energy, we have a lot of forward movement, I say, with things becoming revealed, the light shining upon the darkness. And so we will most likely feeling amping up of truth through communication. And so I feel that those entities that want to keep everybody playing small will probably amp up their censorship at the same time. So I'm just tuning in with you guys. I did a tirade today as well. Look for that. It's going to go a little bit hand in hand with the energy that I shared there. I've been doing very Taurus things, so thank you for staying with me. I did not leave you guys, would never leave you guys. I was just doing a lot of inner reflection myself, which I think was very healthy. And then as I felt like it needed to come out through communication through me, I've now came back to share, to get it out of myself, what I've been reflecting on. And I do go into that in the tirade, so I won't tap into it a whole lot now. But it's important for us to be present in our bodies and to prepare ourselves spiritually for the journey forward into Gemini season, and to remember to always trust our own intuition and to be guided by that first and foremost. Tap into the Great Spirit, the divine, and listen to your body. I know I got my garden planted. I got some baby egg-laying chicks again to add to my flock, and so I've been really nurturing and pampering them. So very Taurian. That's my moon, Taurus moon. We all have Taurus energy in us. So getting out and grounding every day for the past 2 weeks has been very healing, and we have experienced the all-time high Shaman resonance spikes. I know that hit me pretty good, hit many of my soul sisters and brothers that are light workers and sensitive and in tune with the energy here on the planet as well and as above. So just be gentle with yourself always, and now more than ever, trust your own internal God compass. And as we go into the information sign, air sign of Gemini, make sure you're doing things. Communicate with people that you trust and feel resonance with. Remember to do mindfulness, meditation work, whatever it is, to be present in each moment, because as we build up into this air sign of Gemini, it can also create an overactive intellect. So we're just going to clear our energy and do some cards. Call upon God, Creator, Source, the divine white light, to be present with us now, to be present with all listeners, and that I be a clear communicator to share some messages for now, the week of 5/17 going into this eclipse season, for the opportunities that we have available to us to the awareness that we have, to the encouragement, and also just ways for us to be present, be mindful, and we give thanks in advance. And so it is. Okay, so let's do one from my new Shaman's Dream first. Let's do what all this energy shifting. I think many of us are feeling a buildup, like an escalation of some sort of energy that we're feeling. We may not be able to put our fingers on it, but a lot of us are feeling like there's going to be some big sort of shifts, which this is no coincidence because Uranus in Taurus is about sudden shifts, sudden awakenings, sudden revelations. And so everything as above works for us below. It's our free will to try to flow with the energy, right? That's very receptive. I'm feeling the energy of the importance for everybody. You do not have to be religious to call upon the Christed light to be present with you. Personally, for me, I always just say, Yeshua, Son of God, be with me. Yeshua, Son of God, be with me. Again, has nothing to do with religion. There's just a great comfort and a peace that I find by calling upon the presence of the Christed light and also the Holy Spirit to guide me. And I usually call upon the Divine Mother to nurture me as I go through intense shifts. So what is the energy we're working with here as we are leaving behind the fixed earth sign of Taurus, going into the air sign of Gemini, into this eclipse energy? Lost in space, needing direction. I think for many of us, we've been feeling this standstill. I think for many of us that have our intuitive psychic gifts are having a little bit of a distorted tapping into that to pick up on what's going on. I feel this lost in space energy is also for us to just trust where we're at. If we're feeling like we're tapping into, I feel like many of us, our gifts are shifting because there's couple different timelines happening. And so if you're feeling like you need some direction, go inner, do meditation. 3 + 6 is a 9. That's a completion number. So be okay with certain ways of doing things in the past may not work for you now. I think that's happening for a lot of us. And so don't get so lost in space right now with the illusions, because we do have big movement of Jupiter has now moved into the sign of Pisces with Neptune. Pisces is very intuitive. Pisces is very dreamy. On the lower aspect of that, the Pisces energy and these two big planets, Neptune and Jupiter of expansion, can be those who are escaping. If you're choosing escapism, if you're choosing some sort of addiction to check out right now, I heed warning against that, because it can become expanded with that Jupiter energy. I feel like for many of us as well that it is very intense, and we're picking up on so many different things that it can make us feel like we're needing direction. But practice the pause, practice the moment by moment, practice being okay in that moment. Because I feel like every time that some of us feel like we're going down on our vibration, if we can just redirect ourselves, trust, breathe, meditate, call upon the Holy Spirit, archangels, whoever you call upon, to just give you that lift in your wings, right? To just soar when you need to soar. So let's see what this says. Very beautiful. I feel like for some of us too, we could be tapping into new gifts, and it can be creating our third eye and our crown to unify with our hearts, and some of our gifts coming online as well. So I do feel that too, because some of my gifts I've been feeling like I'm in and out of, but I've been kind of known that when we're having timeline splits, and whatnot, you know, like the energy, not a physical third density earth and a fifth density, but it's a vibration. It's ethereal. So that's cool. Let's see what it says. So dry. Beautiful. Sometimes in life we lose our way, perhaps falling prey to addictive behaviors, jealousy, comparison, resistance, or fear. This happens especially when we are up leveling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us, hiding in the vast expanse of space, wants to sabotage our progress. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe and inhibitable as we find that our thoughts and beliefs have morphed beyond recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or determine the next step. You might be tired and simply need to regroup and rest. When you lack direction, the first thing to do is redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you're invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone can handle living in 24-hour compartments, which allows everything to feel grounded and manageable. Oh, wow, is this accurate, you guys? Because we don't know what the collective is going to choose right now. So it is so important to focus on the now, to focus on the present, to stay clear of addictions and escapism right now. Again, with that Jupiter and Neptune both in Pisces, it can be something that is blown out of proportion and expanded for the better, for the negative outlook on yourself. So if you're a drinker, perhaps stay clear of drinking. Don't escape right now. It is not the time. It can become a snowball effect and get away in the bad direction for yourself. Wow. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up in the giant vastness of the future with the dark uncertainty, or reflect on how your past has held you captive in a hall distorted, never-ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and flaws, failures and losses. Take heart that the simple 24-hour container immediately banishes those two awful entities away. You will find your energy and focus restored as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Keep it simple. Right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic, fundamental ways, and the world will be right again. This is so spot on for right now, because I don't believe there's anybody out there that can predict exactly what's going to happen. And if we sit around and assume and get hooked into belief systems because of the Uranus quick changes in the earthy sign of Taurus, which is sudden awakenings, sudden quick change, nobody predicted it, right? You can get lost. It can cause anxiousness. It can cause escapism. So your focus this week, guys, as we go into eclipse season, is to do like it says, put yourself in just the next 24-hour increments. Don't go too far in the past. Don't go too far in the future, which is always right now anyway. Because if you do, if you're trying to see what's next, if you're trying to anticipate what to do next, it can cause an anxiousness. And right now we're being asked to just be present. Be present, anchor your light, and hold your vision. That's totally accurate for right now. Perfect card for now. So we got the Judgment card and the Six of Pentacles, and they both just popped right out, so I will stop right there. The Judgment card is the review. It's time. Just like on my tirade, I just said, It is time for those, just like in your awakening, that when you hold yourself accountable in your life, when you start realizing, you know, I'm awake, I remember my divinity, it's now time for me to hold myself accountable. I'm going to learn and learn from the past. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. That's the only judgment. This is spiritual advisement, the review. What have you learned? Are you still holding judgment for yourself? Because now is the time to let that all go. And that's another thing coming up too. Mars in Cancer has created, I went into this deep, deep grief again. Grief will always be an integration. It's the love I had for my son who transitioned. But I really did release a lot of tears recently. And Mars is in Cancer. So just release the tears if you need to. Where are you judging yourself? Where have you needed to not judge yourself and learn from the mistakes in the past so you can have a better future, one foot in front of another? And a lot of us, through Taurus season, it was finding our true self-worth as sovereign beings, being present in your body in each moment, being grounded and tapped in, but not needing to know what the future is, but trusting. Radical faith. That's the opportunity that we have this week. And so think about the judgment card, what it is within you, maybe that you perhaps have not let go of, that you need to let go of, so that you can pave the way for newness. And I see this, the lightning here, and I've been talking a lot about the Uranus and Taurus. Sudden changes. It could be sudden emotions that come up. Face it. It could be sudden fears that come up, like this says with the Lost in Space card. Whatever it is, be okay with it. Face it. Let it go. Call upon your higher self and the Holy Spirit to help you as you go through these things and these processes. And there's always lessons and blessings in those things that we can stop judging ourselves from. Lastly, we got the Six of Pentacles, equality. This is a good balance of your spirituality for me with this message today, of being present in your body, you know, balancing your feminine, masculine. Are you open to receiving from others, even if a comment? Do you resist somebody telling you that you look nice today? Do you resist a compliment from a stranger? How do you feel? Are you judgment? Are you judging yourself? Is there something in the past that you need to heal still that's coming up now, in the now? And for many of us through Taurus season, I believe it was being present in our body, feeling the equality, feeling into the earth, feeling like I know for myself, being out in nature for the last 2 weeks and planted my garden, got baby chicks, very earthy, you know, nurturing, another feminine energy with this earth energy with the Six of Pentacles, wanting to see more of an equality on the earth plane. And just like my tirade that I just uploaded before this energy share, I think it's time, because us light workers and sensitives, those that are in the heart and present in the body, are ready for the equality, and we're ready for the justice, and we're ready for the respect of this planet that Creator created for us to be sustained on. Done with the inequality, and it's time to embody it and start holding people accountable. Go and listen to my tirade. There was a big rant there for about 14 minutes, and it goes perfectly with these messages as well. I am affirmation. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're new today, I'm Deanna, otherwise known as Lady Virgo. I love to share astrology and just tap into the collective and share here. I share many different things also through the oracle and divination, always of the supreme white light. And so if you do like what you hear today, I would appreciate your like, comment to let me know you're here, and also subscription. And thanks for my returning listeners always. I am blessed. Things can be turbulent, things can go wonky, things can come up unexpectedly. Remember that we all chose to be here, and because we have such a huge evolution going on right now, it's okay to feel a little lost in space. Remember that you feeling like you need direction, it's just to go into your heart space, find your blessings, remind yourself of that. Because eventually, when you start reprogramming yourselves to lift yourself up, which our societies have not taught us, right? And many of us haven't been taught this in the families, the cultures, the different backgrounds, even schooling. But find your blessings. Let yourself know that it's okay to just be present in the now. And again, like I said on my tirade, I believe the higher benefit of this pause that we've all been kind of forced to be into created a lot of us to slow down and to reflect upon what our priorities are. And so find your blessings in that. Remind yourself that if you have things come up, how are you judging yourselves? And it's always to not be hook, line, and sinkered into judging yourself, but to be blessed for the lessons, not for people treating you like shit, but the lessons that you've learned and growed and evolved on. So ultimately, this week is the collective energy is wanting to feel more of an equality, to be embodied in our body with this Pentacles energy, to be in sync and in harmony with this beautiful planet and the spirit of Gaia who sustains us, and to find the blessings in that, to get grounded, to stay present, and to keep an awareness within yourself as we move further into Gemini season, to make sure that you're focusing on the now, staying in the present. That way you're not having too much of that mind chatter going on and the busy intellect that keeps many people awake at night. I send this to you guys with so much love. Thank you for being here with me. Shalom.